So I knew people were going to talk about it, especially when it happened. Now it's been a couple days. Now we get to see everyone's reactions, and the reactions, I'm not going to lie, are kind of exactly what I was expecting. I'm not saying like, oh, I'm like a soothsayer or anything, but like just how things are nowadays. I mean, are you really surprised? Like, let's be real here. Anyway, Shoe0NHead made a video about it, so I wanted to take a look at that because everyone else is going to take a look at it. So, and also, I'm not saying she's going to become someone on the right. I just feel like either this will be like her last. This will be she'll say it's her last straw, or she'll just be like, yeah, I'm no longer part of the left. I'm just center because I can't be a part of these people because that's fucking insane. That's what a lot of people have done. But again, I don't know. Let's go ahead and take a look.
On September 10th, Charlie Kirk was giving a talk at Utah Valley University, and out of nowhere, he was shot dead, live, in front of a bunch of college kids, in front of his wife and his 2 children. And I don't think the country is ever going to be the same. Not only because of this horrific tragedy, but because of everything that followed. The dark, disturbing realization that we may not be on the same page as our coworkers, classmates, friends, neighbors, doctors.
Dude, oh God, we haven't been. We haven't been on the same page for the longest fucking time. And it's weird that it took this for people to, like, see that. But, I mean, I guess better late than never, I suppose.
When it comes to the issue of murder, I was crashing out on Twitter a few days ago, just stream of consciousness posting about it, with run-on sentences and everything. 4 days later, I have a clearer head, but I still feel the exact same way. So we are going to talk about what happened, we're going to talk about the aftermath, and then we're going to get a little personal, because frankly, I don't see the country the same anymore, and I know a lot of you feel the exact same way, so we're going to talk about it after we talk about everything else.
You want to know what's sad? Hell, if you had been watching Shoe for like any time really before this, there was a light in her eye. You know, all this social shit, all this extra bullshit. It was kind of like, yeah, let's make fun of it, point out how stupid it is, and work as a country to become better. And then now it's just like, well, damn, it's that's fucking awful. It's like seeing your dad cry for the first time, bro. It's like, what the fuck? Something happened, and unfortunately, it was live. So.
Charlie Kirk was not a healthcare CEO, he was not a powerful politician, and let me be 100% clear, I'm not saying this to say that it's okay when those people are murdered. My point is that those are positions of power that most people cannot relate to. Like, the average person is just so far removed from that world. But I think what happened to Charlie is hitting differently because, like I said on Twitter, he was just a fucking guy. He was a fucking podcaster. He was a guy who talked about politics. He was a guy who had conservative beliefs. Not everyone knows a billionaire CEO or a powerful politician, but they do know somebody with conservative beliefs. They know somebody who holds some or many of Charlie Kirk's opinions. Because despite what people in their little bubble believe, his core ideology and what he believed is the same shit like your conservative boomer uncle on Facebook posts. You can only disagree with this if you are unfamiliar with Charlie Kirk, or you are unfamiliar with the many different branches and different ideologies of the right wing. Now, don't get me wrong, Charlie Kirk had many bad takes over the years. Like, for example, the 2 most popular quotes I see people posting are the one where he advocated for stoning gays and black women are too stupid to be pilots. But guess what? Both those things, the 2 most popular quotes people are posting to justify this guy being murdered, are out of context. But idiots like Steven...
Surprise, who would have thought? Because, like, no, what I've noticed is when people, I would say, people of influence say something, someone's going to take it out of context and they're going to run with it and it's going to be stuck there until something good or bad happens to them and then it's going to be brought up. So, surprise, surprise, that there's a bunch of fucking things about him that people have said he said, but he didn't say. Look, I don't even fuck with the guy like that, right? But, like, to lie about someone over and over and over again, like come on now, what are we doing here? Like, if you don't like his points, attack his points.
Stephen King ran with it, then later had to apologize for spreading misinformation about a dead man. These people will build a straw man of you in their minds. They get so fucking mad about it that they celebrate the real you dying. horrifying. But more importantly, even if everything was in context, who cares? Oh, he said this. Oh, he said this. I don't care. There are many things he said that I disagree with. There are many things he said that I think are bad. Who cares? It is just a fact that nothing he said warranted his life being taken away. This is America. We have freedom of speech here. Unless you criticize a certain country, but for the most part, we have freedom of speech here. So after detaining not just one wrong guy, but 2 wrong guys, the FBI finally got the shooter. Only because his own father turned him in. I guess they were just too...
By the way, Chad Dad, that's fucking insane. Like, not gonna, like, aren't you gonna love me whenever I do, or whatever I do? Like, no. No, sorry. You're going out killing people because you didn't like their opinion? Yeah, you got it. You gotta go. Sorry, you're getting the fuck out of here, dude. That's ridiculous. But also, surprise that people don't seem to understand that you cannot agree with people and still be friends. Or you cannot agree with people and just not talk to them. It's really simple. There are VTubers that I know. There are VTubers that I talk to regularly that I do not agree with on certain things. And I still think they're cool people. It's that simple. I don't want them dead. Like, I don't understand how we got from there to here. You know what I mean? How did we get from I don't like you, I don't like your opinion, so I want you dead? Like, how did that happen? Ah, God.
Being busy not releasing the Epstein files to catch a political assassin. It was this f***ass demon, Tyler Robinson, 22 years old, another irony-poisoned Reddit shooter who wrote a bunch of memes on the bullets, including "Hey fascist catch" and
"Notices bulges, capital OWO, what's this question mark?"
Jesus Christ.
A lot of people were saying that the shooter was a groiper, which is a far-right fan of the streamer Nick Fuentes, and I have no fucking idea where that came from. I'm gonna be so honest, I have seen no actual proof of this. And it doesn't make sense because someone further right than Charlie Kirk wouldn't call Charlie Kirk a fascist, and they wouldn't say he was hateful. Their proof is that the shooter once dressed up like the Slav squat meme from 2012, and they also found a separate meme of Pepe the Frog dressed like the Slav squat meme. Therefore, the shooter is a groiper. That is like seeing a photo of the shooter dressed like a clown, and then seeing this image of Pepe the Frog dressed like a clown, and then being like, groiper confirmed. What is the connection? The shooter didn't even post the Pepe image. Like, where did the Pepe even come from? Just a bunch of liberal boomers not understanding memes. The other thing...
It's funny because this has been like a common trend as well. Someone will post a meme, it'll get big, and then people, it always seems to be the boomers that are like, oh, well, this is a hate symbol. They did that with Pepe. They did that with the milk, by the way. They did that with the milk. It wasn't even a meme. And that was a 4chan thing. I remember that 4chan thing because I remember seeing it the day it showed up. And I was thinking to myself, they're not actually going to do this. And then later, I saw CNN running stories about how milk is now somehow racist. I know you probably forgot about that because of everything else that has happened between whenever that happened and now. But that is, it always seems to happen. And it always comes back to Pepe's. Oh my God.
I saw was the shooter had Republican parents, and therefore the shooter must be Republican, which is just funny because we all see what these people say about their Republican parents every Thanksgiving. But I guess we'll see. It's September 14th when I am recording this, so maybe more things will come out. Editor Shoe here, more things came out. Definitely not a groiper. At the end of the day, he could have every single one.
Oh yeah, since it was the 14th, I don't know if I don't know if she's going to talk about it, but apparently there's this one dude, I think it's a senator, that was like, yeah, line him up line him up and face the wall. It was like, they're like advocating for that. And I'm like, that is kind of based. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm like, look, like, I understand the death penalty is a very, very kind of crazy thing. You know what I mean? Very tumultuous, very contested, depending on who you're talking to. But not gonna lie, I'm for it. Because, like, the thing, like, I understand that there are some people that are on death row and some people that have been executed that should not have been executed. That's not a good thing. I don't want that to happen. But in something like this, where it's just like, well, well, we all kind of know. So he's admitted it to his father. So, you know, unless something comes out that somehow completely exonerates this dude, highly doubt that's going to happen. But I mean, if the facts are the facts that we see right now, face the wall, Jimbo. You're going to the shadow realm.
One of my or your opinions, it ultimately doesn't matter. One person may have pulled the trigger, but then we saw the reaction of many.
We think that Charlie Kirk just got shot in the neck. Hey, ooh, ah.
I'm not saying she deserved it, but I'm saying God's timing is always right.
Yo, they got Charlie Kirk, bro. I've never been happier.
Never believe the reason I'm smiling. And it has nothing to do with Charlie Kirk. Nothing to do with...
I would say pour one out for Kirky boy, but I don't waste good beer on little bitches.
Rest in peace, bozo!
Charlie Kirk just got put down like a fucking dog in Utah.
I do not, and I will not, ever feel bad when bad people get what the fuck they deserve.
I just heard that someone shot Charlie Kirk? Thoughts and prayers.
Oh no, someone shot Charlie Kirk. Look, I don't know who needs to hear.
I find it funny that they all kind of look the same. They're all either older women that, well, they're just sad and rather deplorable, or younger women that haven't reached that age where they're all sad and deplorable, or cucks that haven't realized that if you have a backbone and stand on shit, women would like you more. I'm not saying they'd fuck you, but they would like you more. So it's kind of interesting to see. Kind of interesting to see. But oh well.
Hear this today, but that's how you pick up a woman.
Homie dead. Fuck your homie dead. Fuck your homie dead. He got shot in the head.
We got Charlie in the neck. We got Charlie in the neck.
Why did they say we like they were actually going to do anything? It's funny because this was kind of the reason why a lot of people on the right, from at least from what I've been told and what I've heard from people that I know that are on the right, this is why they didn't take them seriously, because no one would really ever do anything because they're kind of bitches, you know what I mean? And then when someone actually does do something, they all take credit for it, like it was all of their idea, like they all planned this. And it's like, well, let's be real here. You didn't do anything. You weren't going to do anything, and well, you're not really about that life, so. Yeah, I mean, but okay, I guess.
Heard someone got shot today. I had a tummy ache this morning.
Also, where's this outrage when other people get shot? It's weird. It's weird because there'll be other people that get shot that you just don't seem to care about. And you seem to celebrate. Find it odd. Selective. Almost like you really don't actually care. So maybe you're not actually fighting for people. Like, I mean, if you're going to go in the inner city and see who got shot, you went to the morgue. I mean, the morgue's probably the size of a super hotel at that point, you know what I mean? But yeah, you guys only seem to care when people you don't like get shot, which is odd. I feel like people getting shot and dying is bad, regardless of who it is. But, you know, who would have thought the people with fake empathy? Well, actually, well, yeah, that's really about it. Who would have thought people with fake empathy are showing out yet again? Also, have fun never winning another election for like at least the next 3. Like I don't see how it's possible.
Stay alive out there.
The sympathy for Charlie Kirk is weird. You don't have to like violence, but I'm confused as to how you thought the revolution was going to be magically bloodless.
I've been saying we need to bring back political assassinations. I don't feel bad, and I don't think that everyone deserves the right to free speech. I think some people should be afraid to express their opinion in public.
Yeah, see what you're not understanding. The thing is, what you're not understanding is you people are not equipped to do this. Okay, you're just not equipped to do this. The people that have guns and the people that know how to use those guns, can you guess usually what side they're on? Right? Okay, so I'm glad everyone said the exact same thing. And so now that we're here, What's stopping someone from doing that to you? Because I had this conversation with a buddy of mine. I've been a friend with him for last 10 years, and I had this very same discussion because he's like, yeah, we should kill the people we don't like because, you know, X, Y, and Z. And it's like, well, what's stopping anyone else from doing that to you? Now, let's be real here. You have opinions that I don't like. What's stopping me from shooting you? And he was like, well, you wouldn't because you're my boy. I mean, yeah, fair. But picture it now. Now picture, I'm not your boy. Now you're just standing outside. You voice your political opinions. You deserve to be shot now? He's like, no. Well. So obviously the conversation was longer and way more in depth than that. But I mean, at the end of the day, what are we talking about?
I didn't like what he said, and I didn't like his opinions, and I don't really give a shit that he's dead.
The best part of this whole goddamn thing is that he is not martyr material, so his death will mean nothing.
Incorrect.
It will activate no one. It will impact few.
Incorrect.
It's just great. There are a lot of
See, they're projecting because what's going to happen is a lot more violence, and it's going to be against two people. And whenever you say that this is wrong, they're going to point to Charlie Kirk, and they're going to point to Donald Trump. He didn't even die; he just got shot at twice. So let's be real here. What you're advocating for is a very, very slippery slope, and I really don't think you have thought about how it can go both ways. And right now, there is one side that is significantly more equipped and has significantly more reason, and it's significantly more pissed than you think you are. So, oh well. I just hope if something does pop off, because it's not even, I don't think it'll, I used to be that guy where it's like, I don't think anything will pop off, but if, and well, not even really if, but like when something pops off, I just hope I'm not caught in a crossfire. I have shit to do. I know, a little selfish, but I do.
People that are like, no matter what side of politics you're on, you should never celebrate something bad happening to someone. I, on the other hand, do cheer when bad things happen to bad people.
Charlie Kirk just got shot.
I saw the video before they even put out the confirmation. There was no chance that he made it through that. This wasn't the one we were hoping for, but a welcome surprise nonetheless.
I'm surprised that y'all didn't get rid of him sooner. And I'm surprised that you guys aren't getting rid of more people. Like, don't stop with him.
See, notice how she said y'all, like she wasn't going to do anything? Again, you're not standing on business. You're not cool for saying shit like this. You look dumb. And eventually it's going to come back and bite you in the ass. Or get you killed. So, you want to know what's funny? No one's gonna care. So like you open this door, you open Pandora's box, and now whatever comes out is on you.
Don't let him be the end dog. Get rid of them all. His wife deserves to go too. Y'all keep on talking about his wife and kids. They need to go too because they're carrying on that mentality and that lineage. Like, get rid of the whole family. I'm so sorry. Why did you guys stop with him?
There were thousands of videos like that. Some of these people posting with their full names and faces, with hundreds and thousands of likes. Thousands.
And a lot of them got fired. That was kind of funny. Which it's probably going to get to later in the video. I find it interesting that they're all like, I thought we all like free speech. It's like, man, fair enough. But also another thing that you guys are forgetting to leave out is like, you guys were also like, yeah, we don't like free speech doesn't mean free from consequence. And well, here you go. Here's your consequence. You're losing your jobs. I think that's kind of funny. It's like, the alternative is, you're getting shot and killed. So, you know what I mean? Because if you don't think that there's a single person on the right that would go crazy and shoot somebody like you, you're insane. So the fact that hasn't happened already, count your fucking stars, buddy. Count your fucking stars. I'm not saying it should happen. I condone it if it does happen. But the fact that it hasn't happened, and I know there's crazy motherfuckers on that side too that have more than enough ammunition.
thousands of tweets celebrating it with 500,000 likes, and it's important to remember that all of those likes are a real person. Millions of people in this country apparently believe the acceptable response to speech they don't like is murder. This wasn't just a bunch of fringe blue hair SJWs or whatever. They were teachers, professors, doctors, HR workers, healthcare workers, nurses, pediatricians, people who work with kids, people.
Anyone else kind of notice all the things that she said, all the professions that she said? Anyone else notice that? I'm not saying there's a link, and obviously they're outliers, but I feel like we're all thinking it. I don't know.
Classmates, roommates, they are teachers showing our children the gory, horrifying video of Charlie's murder on repeat. The hippy-dippy "in this house we believe" shit-lib mask was ripped off, and underneath was nothing but psychopathic bloodlust. I have seen people on the right celebrate the death of people they disagree with. I've seen it. I remember Heather Heyer in 2017. But I also remember the whole internet, left and right, coming together to disavow and mock the few dozen people from Stormfront who were celebrating her death. This is different. It's never been like this before. It's never been this much. It's never been this brazen.
Also, if this happens again, I guarantee you it will be worse. So, if you thought this was bad, and knocking on wood, hopefully it doesn't happen again, it's probably going to get worse, like a lot worse. So.
Normal people have to log into like an alternate Twitter account where they can post their more unorthodox opinions. And these people are out here, full face, full name, like, hell yeah, murder. What? The smug, unearned confidence these people have to be openly sociopathic with their full name and face because they live under the pathetic delusion of being on the right side of history needs to end. They will blame you for your death because words are violence. Words are violence, so them killing you is just self-defense. That's why they're using Kyle Rittenhouse as some kind of gotcha. Oh, if you don't condone political violence, why do you support Kyle Rittenhouse? They fundamentally don't see the difference between killing someone over speech and killing someone over self-defense, because these are the same things to them. Also, I'm going to be the one to point it out because of course I am. I saw nobody else do it. Why are most of them women? Most of the people celebrating.
No, we're not doing that. I'm not big enough for people to know. I have said that. That was literally the first, like, when I saw people celebrating it, it was only women. I could only find women celebrating this. And then I saw some dudes, and I was like, oh, well, I mean, he's a cuck, so we don't really care. Yeah, we don't really care. he's a cuck, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Surprise. Again, I don't even really fuck with the guy like that. But to be murdered for speech. And I have a bit of a hot take. And I'm gonna probably try to figure some way to maneuver it into the title. But you want to know who else got shot because people didn't like what he had to say? It rhymes. I know you're thinking of him. MLK. Same thing. Same thing. I mean, granted, there's some differences here and there, but also at the same time, they both talked about what they believed in. They both were open to having a dialogue, right? And they were both shot. And probably a little bit more similarities, but that's just what I'm thinking straight off the dome. Again, there's some differences. They're not the exact same, but fundamentally, when you break it down, MLK was shot. People didn't like what he had to say, so he got shot. Just how it is. Charlie Kirk, shot. People didn't like what he had to say. They're fine with it. Problem in both aspects. But, what are you gonna do?
Our women. Like, it's a good, like, 80-20 ratio all over the internet. What is going on, ladies? Basically, the whole country is shook because last year they realized how many people would celebrate the murder of a president, and this year they realized how many people would celebrate the murder of them. At the end of the day, this is all the inevitable conclusion of the punch a Nazi thing from like 2017. Do you guys remember that? We always knew it was a slippery slope. That's why we were against it. And they always say this dumb shit like, if you don't want to be called a Nazi, stop being a Nazi. Even a congressman from my state, New York, was like, oh, if you want to stop being called a fascist, you should stop being a fascist. Yeah.
Which is incredibly rich coming from the people that want to silence you for speaking. I need to find it. I need to find it. Hold on, let me give me just a second. Give me just a second. Where is it? What is if this I have such fat fingers. Where is it? No. Is it long knives or blunt knives? No, it's not the movie. Oh, wait. What was that? That's what I was looking for. First purge that took place in Nazi Germany. 30th Adolf Hitler ordered the execution of several leaders and other political adversaries. His brutal crackdown aimed to consolidate Hitler's power by eliminating political rivals in the Nazi party. And this is just in his party, by the way. This was just in his party. So picture how much they're gonna care if you're not in their party. But yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's great. Except you've called everyone and their mother a fascist and a Nazi for the past like 15 years. And I see a lot of progressives in my audience like, Shoe, you're not like Charlie Kirk. You're not a fascist. Here are all the things I have been called Nazi, fascist, reactionary for over the last few years. Would you like to see? I have been making this list since 2023. Let's go. Let's just read this together real quick. Mocking/criticizing pop feminism. Yeah. Believing adults can do whatever they want. Being pro-free speech.
Being liberal is
liberal.
Great.
Talking to people I disagree with. Being friends with people I disagree with. Following people on Twitter I disagree with. Supporting Bernie Sanders. That one came from the right. Being registered independent. Criticizing Joe Biden, criticizing the Democratic Party, not being attracted to feminine men, not hating men in general, criticizing Canada's MAID program, not taking the COVID vaccine, criticizing the FBI, criticizing the CIA, believing the CIA killed JFK, using an American flag backdrop for my videos, saying elites, saying working class, saying based, making a joke about Joe Biden eating ice cream, making a joke about Pete Buttigieg being born in a test tube, making jokes in general, being cis, being white, being a woman, being a cis white woman, telling someone to take a shower, not being anti-gun, not being fat, being monogamous, liking Huey Long, celebrating the 4th of July, supporting Assange, criticizing the movie Cuties, praising the movie Sound of Freedom, being against pedophilia, being against the destigmatization of pedophilia, being against children watching porn, being critical of kink at Pride, being against children performing at drag shows, not being racist, I swear to God, being a class reductionist, saying biological sex, mocking people for debating the ethics of necrophilia, my username, owning a pet rabbit, questioning the Bush administration's involvement in 9/11, growing up in a Catholic family, eating meat, wanting to get married, wanting to have children, being married, having children, being at January 6th to interview people, saying it's okay if someone doesn't want to date a porn star, not wanting to do OnlyFans, criticizing Kanye West, criticizing late-stage capitalism, criticizing the billionaire class, criticizing Israel, criticizing eating the bugs, criticizing a fashion company for being creepy, you'll remember that one, supporting nuclear energy, parentheses, It's toxic masculinity, supporting TikTok trad wives, supporting one-income households, supporting UBI, supporting farmers, supporting truckers,
Let's go,
not
truckers!
celebrating October 7th, supporting Palestine, not liking brutalism, saying colorblind anti-racism was good, wanting to date someone who has a good relationship with their parents, not liking Indian food, saying men and women are different but complement each other, being followed by JD Vance on Twitter, saying Hillary Duff is cool, making fun of Reddit, and for Asmongold reacting to me, criticizing American imperialism, wearing a bow in my hair, liking VTubers, and now being anti-death.
Charlie Kirk was a fucking Nazi. He was a fucking Nazi.
Proof.
And you know what
Proof.
kind of Nazi is the best
Sauce.
Nazi? A dead one.
I am a better person than you for celebrating the death of a Nazi. And actually, it's pretty weird that you're not, and simultaneously asking people to have empathy.
Pretty weird that you have no idea what a Nazi is and you couldn't explain it other than giving us some random vague ass buzzwords and then providing actually zero proof of your claim and then sitting here saying that you are a better person. I find that kind of interesting. But, you know, surprise, surprise from someone who's, well, you know what I mean? Like, you can kind of see it. It's the nose rings, really.
For the
It's funny, I have nose rings too.
Nazi.
I don't do any shit like this. This is fucking insane.
Nazis have children and families, right? But Nazis also get shot in the neck.
They don't kill you because you're a Nazi. They call you a Nazi so they can kill you. Now, I'm going to talk about my personal feelings of the situation because I know a lot of you can relate. I know a lot of you have been feeling the exact same way. So I will try and put it into words for you. I have friends who were friends with Charlie Kirk, but I didn't personally know him. We follow each other on Twitter. I've been to the TPUSA Amerifest in 2021. I actually went there planning to make a video making fun of it, but I had so much fun and met so many friends that I'm still friends with to this day. So that video never happened. I disagree.
Like, oh dear. Oh dear. So many people are going to be on our ass for this now.
Agreed with him all the time. You can literally go to our Twitter interactions. I was always correcting him about, like, Bernie Sanders. I made an egg look like his face. It is safe to say I was no fan. But this has really shaken me in a way that I absolutely did not expect. These last few days after what happened, I kept going to every single, like, lefty, liberal, left-wing person I know and, like, checking out what they have been saying about this.
They were
And
happy,
besides
weren't
maybe
they?
like 4 or 5, every single one was being an unhinged psychopath about this. Or saying some backhanded shit like, this is why we need gun control, which, first of all, we were just watching a whole bunch of people celebrate killing someone over political differences. You are never taking our guns now. That is not happening.
No.
I felt like I was in
I forgot. I didn't even think about that. You weren't going to get them before, all right? You just were. There were memes. You can take my guns one bullet at a time. Now, if you try that shit, I'm sorry, gamer. I'm sorry. You're. I hate to be that guy. I hate to be that guy. And I bet you gun sales are gonna increase year over year now. Like that's just what's gonna happen. It's what the streets are saying.
The middle of the ocean. I was trying to like grasp onto a flotation device, checking all of these accounts for their take, like, be normal, be normal. Nothing. Nobody. I'm just drowning in a sea of evil, apparently. Maybe I was just blind up until now. Maybe they changed. Maybe I changed. Is everyone...
No, see, I don't think you changed. I think what happened is they changed, and they changed so bad. They changed terribly. They changed to the wrong side. And since you stayed the same, now that when you're looking over there, you see them as friends and whatnot. And then they took the mask off when this happened, and now you're seeing them for what they truly are. Also, you probably had a little bit more optimism than I did, because I left like 2017. Like, let's be real here. So, I kind of went through the same thing myself, where it was just like, I thought all these people were kind of cool, but like whenever I talk, it just seems like I'm the worst person they've ever met. Like, what the fuck happened? I thought we were all here in common sense and common ground. And I turn around and I look at the people that I thought were my people, and all of a sudden, they're like nowhere to be found. They somehow went even further down whatever rabbit hole they went down. So I would say it's your fault. I would say it's more their fault because you didn't change. You've been relatively consistent. You've been consistent for at least as long as I've watched you. That's like when your channel started. Your channel had like 250,000 subs when I found you. You're at like what, 1, maybe 2 million now, something like that. So, but yeah, it kind of sucks when you think you're one place, or you think you have a nice foundation with solid people around you, and then the rug is pulled from under you. And like the even worse part about that is you didn't even know the rug had been pulled. So like I get it.
Going crazy, or am I going crazy? I don't know. All I know is it is clear how they reacted to this is how they would react to me, my family, my friends, you, your family, your friends, that have ever stepped out of line from the nebulous, ever-changing definition of progressive. These are people I thought were level-headed. They were left-wing, but you know, like they were one of the good ones. Like, you can joke with them, you know, they weren't those like woke SJWs, like they were cool, we can disagree and still be friends.
Yeah, no, not anymore, buddy.
You know, your friend wouldn't celebrate you being murdered, of course.
Nope.
But if they would celebrate an exact clone of you that wasn't you, that had all the same opinions, or some of the opinions that you have, if they would celebrate that clone being murdered, they're not your friend. I'm friends with people who are friends with Charlie, and I see how they are completely broken about this. Seeing them like this, and then at the same time my other friends posting shit like, "Rip Bozo." It's just sick. It's just sick shit. Personally,
you gotta move your crew. I'm telling you, you gotta move your crew. Also, again, no shade, no hate, anything like that. Even if you get this far into the video and you see this, put your head on the swivel. Like from now on, that's what I do. You kind of have to at this point. Just every once in a while, look around, see who you have around you, see your ideas, challenge your own ideas, and I mean like really, really do it. I mean, obviously, it isn't like you don't, or maybe you have your own way of doing intro retrospection or something like that, but do it more frequently, especially with the people you have in your corner, because this isn't good for anyone. This is essentially having what you thought was your life just being kind of like taken away because the support structure and the people that you thought, again, the people that you thought were your friends are now. They're not. They're not who you thought they were. And it's hard and tough to understand all of a sudden that people you had been with for however long you've been friends with these people are just gone. Luckily for me, I've been friends. I think someone I consider a friend for the least amount of years is like 9 years now. And the friend that I've known the longest is at 14 years. Soon to be 15, actually. At the end of this year, it'll be 15 years I've been friends with this guy. And I still, to this day, talk to him about shit I know we don't agree on. Just to see what's happened, just to see if he's changed, just to see if I have changed. And it's something that I feel like you kind of have, it's like, it's terrible that you have to give your friends litmus tests and shit to see if they're fucking crazy, but also at the same time, you kind of don't want to be friends with someone who's fucking crazy, and having to see this happen all at once is, gads, man.
I would rather live in a world full of Charlie Kirks who would sit down and debate than a world full of people who agree with me but would murder people who don't. Because if it's now normalized to just murder people who disagree with you politically, we don't have a society. Like, that's it. It's over. But some of these people in particular, like, why the fuck are you celebrating? You! They think you're a fucking Nazi too. They'll make a nice compilation of all the hot takes you've had over the years and spread it around to justify your murder.
Yep.
You don't get it, do you? We are all Charlie Kirk. I have been doing this for 11 years. I have been harassed, doxxed, threatened, whatever, you name it, for 11 years by the left. And it hasn't moved me an inch because that's not how politics works. That's lunch table politics. I've talked about this before. People on your side being mean to you doesn't mean you overnight change your opinions on, like, healthcare. It doesn't work that way. I still have all my economic left opinions. I'm for strong social safety nets, workers' rights, unions, wealth caps, whatever. That has not changed. This is not me leaving the left because, frankly, I don't even know how to do that. This is me and many, many people looking around us at our so-called allies and realizing that even though we might share some, like, political opinions, we fundamentally do not have the same values or morals, and are
No, not at all. See, I did this a while. Come, Shoe, come over here. Come with us. And not really particularly on the side. It's just more or less we kind of take a few steps back, look at both sides. Whoever has the better idea, the way we see it, we kind of just go with them on that idea. And we understand that just because, say, I agree with Bernie Sanders on one thing, that does not mean I will not agree with Donald Trump on one thing. So just, people with common sense, people that understand nuance, all that good stuff. It's what the left used to be. You know what I mean? Or not even really the left, just regular general people used to be. And I don't know what the fuck happened to that, but it's gone now. Sucks for them. So, but yeah, come over here. Come over here. We have cookies. It's great. You'll also never get shot. Because we don't do that here.
Are we really allies if we agree on, like, taxes, but don't agree on the sanctity of human life? I don't know. The way we view death now is just crazy. And I feel like a lot of that has to do with the desensitization, in part thanks to the internet. You used to have to go out of your way to see gore and stuff like that, and now you're just scrolling through Twitter and you see someone set on fire if someone gets stabbed on a train. And when someone like Charlie dies, it's not even real to people anymore. Like, it's like a movie or show. Oh, that character died? Good, I hated that character. Like, no, that was a real human being with a family and kids, actually. Like, that was someone's son. The internet has turned real people into nothing but cartoon characters that disappear when you close an app. I remember for years people would be like, oh, when you have kids, you'll change your mind on XYZ. And I was like, no, that's not gonna happen, no.
It did. It
and they
does.
were right. Almost overnight, you stop being so selfish, nihilistic. You stop having utopian fantasies of wanting to live in a post-capitalist society. And all you want is for the world to be safe. For the world to be safe and normal. And all that matters is your family and your community. And then your country. And then the world. You know? But we can't save the world. You can't. But you can save the people around you. You can't say to these people who are celebrating this and justifying this, you can't say, what if that was your dad or your brother getting killed for their opinions, because they've already cut those people off. They've already cut those people off out of their lives. And posting videos and pictures of Charlie's wife and young kids will not move these people at all. No. Because they hate their lives. They hate their families. They are at—
I was about to say, yeah, they hate their lives. They hate their family. They're not interested in making a new one for themselves. They don't care about anything like that. They're hedonistic. Let's see. How would I phrase this without just calling them slurs? They're just hedonistic, self-righteous, hypocritical dickheads. It's probably like a really all-encompassing for them. That's just how it is. And it's very unfortunate. And I don't want anything to happen. I just feel like something is going to happen. And again, as selfish as it may seem, I don't want to be a part of it. But also at the same time, like, we saw it coming, dude. It's like, we saw it coming. Well, yeah.
Atomized bug people. They are the unfortunate product of modern society, and I feel bad for them. I do. I pity them, and I wish I could help them. But I have bugman fatigue. And for the people who will come at me in a blind rage with a list of all of Charlie Kirk's, like, biggest hits to convince me that I should hate him and should not mourn him. If you thought what Charlie Kirk said is wrong, you could have debated him. He was one of the few people left
God.
willing to do that, and now he's gone. Charlie was a fan of free speech, but I'm worried whoever comes after Charlie won't be. Like, even from a political standpoint, not even a personal human standpoint, why are you celebrating, like, the most popular college Gen Z political pundit dying? Like, why are you celebrating him becoming a martyr? Say goodbye to that young male vote. All the liberal Joe Rogans in the world are not fixing this.
I said that. Oh my God, I said that. Like, dude, as soon as I got the news, I came home that day and I was like, I had to look it up. And I was like, you're not winning the male vote ever. Just fairly certain that's locked down. You're going to have to wait for the next generation to grow up, and hopefully they don't know. And I don't think that's possible. Information is just too easily shared now. So that's not happening. And then now at this point, we all know how you are. We all know how those crazy people that call themselves Democrats and not Democrats, the crazy people that call themselves Democrats, there is a difference. We know how they are, bro. We know how they are. And, well, you're not winning that vote. You're just not winning the vote for the foreseeable future. And what I hope happens is that the first female president is Republican. I think that'd be kind of funny. Could really stick it in there. Yeah. But yeah.
I just hope for the sake of this country that political violence does not become normalized, does not become a thing.
Yeah.
I really don't want to see that happen. I don't want to see retaliation. I don't want to see us fall into a civil war. I don't know. This has all been extremely blackpilling. I think I'm going to take a break from politics. I don't know. Yeah. I'm a YouTuber. Like, I'm not a political pundit, right? I'm not. My goal here, my purpose here is to entertain, is to make people laugh. That is what I'm going to do. That is what I will continue to do. The news cycle will move on. The world will move on. Charlie Kirk's kids won't move on.
Nope.
His daughter won't move on. His daughter does not have a dad anymore.
Did he have 2 daughters?
That fucking sucks.
Or maybe he gave birth to a son. I don't know.
To say. I love you guys. Thank you for listening to my crash out. If you're new here, my videos usually are not like this. They're actually nothing like this. They have music in the back. They're fun. They're goofy. Things are just not fun and goofy right now.
See what I'm saying? Seeing this, hearing this, genuinely hard to watch. And not even because it's like I don't agree with her or anything. Everything she said was spot on. It's just like, you know what happens when like your happiest friend, your most goofy friend, all of a sudden just isn't smiling? It's like that. It's a problem. You know it's a problem. And it doesn't feel good. And like you don't know what to do. So this was just awful. Hearing her about to cry, good Lord. Cannot stand that. Cannot stand that. The only thing I can say is take a break. Start a gaming channel. Something. I don't know. It's like doing this type of shit. You are better than me. I'm not doing that.
But I promise you the next video will be. Yeah, thank you for your attention to this matter. Bye.
I don't like that. I don't like that. That hurts the soul. Anyway, y'all, be easy.